Right, hello everybody, just a quick intro to this game that I have just played a little bit earlier on chess.com. Managed to win this one with a 76.2 accuracy. My opponent just a little bit below that. A game with lots of blunders and mistakes in it, some good moves as well. But that figure stood out in my mind because that's what this site tells me is my typical accuracy figure over a long period of games. So this is basically how I play as a normal typical average. So you can see that this is my profile here on chess.com. Where am I now? 26,900. That's actually out of about 9 million players, so that's actually not too bad for an amateur player really. And you can see if I leave it all time, I've played 12,175 games. It's analyzed over 1,000 of them, and that's my accuracy figure. And my highest rating is 2236. So that's like your rating graph. I very rarely go below 2,000, but equally I very rarely get up to the 2200, so I'm normally somewhere in between. But like I say, that just stood out because this game matched that figure exactly. If I look at it in the previous past year, I'm actually slightly higher than that, and again in 90 days, 30 days and 7 days, but not that many games there. Again, you can look at these stats figures as well. Like in overall, my average opponent I've beaten is 1966, and it's 2056 that I've lost against. But in the past year, that's actually gone up. So my average opponent I've beaten, the average rating is over 2,000, and the average opponent I've lost against is over 2,100. So doing better in the past year or so. But if I get back to this game now, it's very good, this analyzer. It gives you a nice, easy to understand figure. So you can see it's out of 100 there. And you can actually look for your blunders and mistakes and your missed wins, as in this case here, and you can replay moves and try things out. Now, at the time, I'll just bump the sound up slightly. At the time in the game, I felt like I didn't do the opening too well. I felt like I'd given my opponent a little bit too much space, a bit easier position to play, but you can see from the bar I'm actually perfectly fine until the point where I'm blunder. I'm the first one to blunder in this game. So I'm just trying to simplify the position a little bit here. Then obviously the queen up, good move, hitting the rook, so I've just guarded it with the queen. And then you can see there, that was really my first mistake. The computer actually puts it down as a missed win, but for amateur players it's a little bit early to say that. It's, you know, elite players may be fair enough. For players at my level here, when I played bishop here to hit the queen, there is actually a better move. I've actually already played through this, but you can click retry, so I'll go back here. So after he's played the rook as a blunder, you can replay your opponent's moves as well if you want, but instead of doing this move, if I click retry, the correct move is actually just to push the pawn e4, not to really hit the bishop, because he's put the rook on this diagonal and you can win an exchange. And obviously for the elite players that might be enough just to settle a game there and then. So if I click here where I've done the retry and played e4, you can actually click show the moves and it'll play the moves through for you as well. And this is maybe the difference at my level, just spotting these moves a little bit quicker and a little bit earlier, playing that bit sharper, and I might be able to get my rating up that bit. And you can see I'm also playing a little bit too slow, and sometimes I play a bit too quick in the openings and I get bad positions, so I'm trying to deliberately play them a little bit slow. But as in this game, I get a bit too far down on time, as you will see as we get further on. So I'll go back to the position and just play through this. And when I move this knight, that's the actual first blunder that comes up here. I'm just trying to simplify the position here. And you can see that's where I've made my first blunder. The queen's gone back there, which now covers this square, and that's the key to that one. The rook can jump in, winning a piece. And once that happens, you'll see in the game in real time afterwards that I just kind of mentally switched off there. I thought, yeah, I'm just going to bail out of this one and just play on the game just to finish it, but then I'll get ready and play another one. And then, you know, you never know, just in case. And sure enough, my opponent actually blunders back here. But as you'll see, I didn't actually spot this initially. I just grabbed the pawn here. But there's obviously a more obvious move when you look at it after the event. You split the two pieces, you get your piece back, and suddenly you're at least a pawn up temporarily. And you're right back in the game. I spotted it, but only one move later. Thankfully, it worked. And from this position, all I want to do is get the pieces off the board. I've suddenly got two extra pawns connected on this side. So I just want to simplify, get as many of these pieces off the board as I can and try and get another queen. So I thought my technique here was pretty good. Apart from, again, when it comes to actually giving the checkmate at the end, I was maybe not quite as smooth as what the elite players would be. But we managed to get there. But I'm trying to keep an eye on the clock. You see, the time difference is coming down gradually, but I was way down on the clock for a lot of this game. So this was all pretty okay. And then in this position, again, this is where I could have just finished it very quickly. Technique not quite as good, so on another day it might have cost me. I played queen here, but the quicker way to finish it is just go for the check. If you go there, it's checkmate here, and if you go there, it's checkmate here, so a nice mate in two. But instead, I was trying to keep an eye on the clock and figure out what to do without running the clock down too much. And then obviously I repeated here because I then realised the technique, I just figured it out. So we managed to get the win. So now comes up the game in real time as I played it. Right, let's have a go at playing a game of 3-minute blitz. Helps if you click play, of course. Right, 2002, good luck. Okay, let's just play a rook across and maybe look to push. I might actually go b3 there. Oh, got a slight sore throat. Now my knight is hanging there. I think I'm going to take, just keep it slow and steady here. I'm going to take there. I'm going to play up here and maybe this way. And if I go there, he's got this. Have I blundered already? I think I'll play a bishop here. Guard the rook this way. This is guarded. It's everything's overloaded. If he takes here, I take here. But everything's kind of very loose. I might play knight across and sack an exchange. If I go there, he's got this. Can I go forward though? Knight down. I'm going to go here and maybe rook down. Or do I sack? Do we sack? I think I can go here now and try and get the queen out of the way somewhere. Trying to take the pressure. I don't want the queen on this far with the rook there. So let's step here, get off this file, maybe shuffle the rook, eventually the knight back. Let's go here. I'm not doing terribly well here, am I? If I go there, I guess he just goes back. I could take, cross. I'm going to play a knight across and trade the bishop, try and take some of the pressure off. Hold on, knight over. It's not very good, this, is it? Not very good. I'll take there. You can take either bishop. He takes. I'm going to drop back. He'll go here and I'll have to come back. I guess it's a safe pre-move if he takes, but he does go there. Maybe shuffle the knight back. I've not played this too overly convincingly, have I? Maybe queen forward might be a move, just to pressure queen up somewhere. Knight here is a move if this rook wanders off. Queen across. Well, that kind of gives me tempo to go back, but I guess he could pin. I'm actually looking at maybe even f4 and e4, but that feels a bit dicey, doesn't it? I'm just going to chuck the pawn forward, get tempo on the queen. Okay, now I'm going to come back. Maybe I can redeploy the knight. Have I gone and blundered? Now that's a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? I mean, this is just over now, isn't it? There's nothing I can do. I'll go after a pawn, but should not be blundering like this. Just giving away a free piece. First game of the day though, clearly very rusty here. If he takes, he can come crashing in here. If I block, he's got a knight there. So not quite going to plan, so obviously I've kind of mentally switched off this game. I'm just going to play it through a bit, but then I'll get ready for another one. Knight up, not really threatening anything. He comes forward. If I go there, I think he takes here, but maybe I've got a back rank. Knight up, knight takes, knight takes. Knight up. If queen takes, rook takes, rook takes. No good. This is actually very poor, isn't it? I mean, I'm walking into a plan where he can do that. What? Okay. Now I can take and pressure the rook. He's got to still watch his back rank. I've given him 30 seconds as well, though. Has he blundered something similar back? I might be back in this now. I better quicken up. I'd completely switched off mentally. If he takes, I'm just going to take and get behind. I don't think he'll take here. Whoa, he surely hasn't got time to go pawn grabbing. Has he really blundered this? Where's the finish? How the heck did he blunder that one? Wow. That is another swindle, isn't it? I did not deserve to win that game, but that's why sometimes you just play on when you're completely lost. Did not deserve that one, but I'll take a bit of good luck when it comes along now and again.